just buzzed the front gate. Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? Made plans with
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lauren Haven here at the Nail Haven, and today's video is part 2 of this nail design. As you can see, the top is part 1 and the bottom is part 2. So here's the designs that I'll be showing y'all how to do today. So like I said, go visit part 1. I'll link it in the description box for y'all for the other 5 fingers of this design and for the beginning base prep of the nails. So first things first, we're gonna go in with our French tip on the thumb. This is a tan color French, and we're gonna go in with our brown and start our splotches. Now we're about to do leopard print, and leopard print is basically cow print first, and then you go in around the brown, and make it leopard. And y'all will see what I mean as soon as I pull that brown out. So after you do your brown, you're gonna cure that for 60 seconds, and then you're gonna go in and do the black, and you're just gonna make like little lines around the brown. Make it as unnatural, like not unnatural, make it as unperfect, because if it looks too perfect, it don't look natural. So I'm just going in doing that. And yeah, so real quick before we switch to the next design, I just want to say that if you have not watched part 1, definitely go watch part 1, because it shows everything that I did before I start designing. This will only show y'all the designs and part of the cleanup process after. The reason I split it into 2 parts was because part 1, if I was to keep it all in one part, it would have been more than an hour long. So I decided to go ahead and split it up and give y'all a part 1 and a part 2. So yeah. Like I said, make sure y'all go watch that one, because it will show you the other 5 designs. But anyway, back to the design. So after we do the design, we're going to wipe it off with alcohol, and I'm going to top coat over it because I'm going to buff the surface, and I don't want to buff and accidentally remove any of the color. But yeah, we're just going in top coating over the French. You can top coat the whole nail if you like. I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. But anyway, going in with that buffer, and we're going to buff the surface of the nail. And this is because we're going to go in and draw a star, and I want to make sure that my lines are nice and crisp. Okay, and if I was to go straight over the leopard print design, my lines wouldn't be crisp, because the leopard print design is kind of not necessarily 3D, it's raised. That's the right word. It is raised. So if I was to go straight over it without top coating, them lines wouldn't be crisp. They would not be crisp. Okay, but yeah, we're just going in with some red gel polish, and we're going to draw a star. I draw my star. Ooh, not customizations on camera. Don't be, that's so ghetto, girl. Anyway, I go in and I draw my star like this. I don't like freehand, where you just like draw the top, draw the side, draw the other leg. Like, no, I go in and I do the crisscross applesauce star method. Okay, y'all saw what I did here. I do that for all my stars. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going in and filling it in with the gel polish. And because this polish was a little sheer, I'm going in and I'm gonna do 2 layers of it, so you'll see me apply the polish twice. But yeah, I'm just drawing my little star, and I'll let you guys watch me draw my star. And I'm pretty sure that I'm using a 20mm liner brush. So yes, thank you for tuning in to today's video. Y'all, I don't really be knowing what to say on these videos. I just be sitting here yapping. Let me shut up.
it's been a long time. I say, okay, don't worry, I got you. Do you say I want some more? Got me, I got you. Do you say some slow? Got that shawty out, green and Marvin Gaye too. So love you dearly.
Okay, so once you finish your star and you cure it, we're going to go in with McCart rhinestone glue, and we're going to apply it to the nail in 2 different spots, because we're going to add these little gold pearls, beads, balls, rhinestone, whatever the hell you want to call them. We finna add those. I'm going to add, I think I did like a patch of 2 and a patch of 3. I always add these to my nails. I don't know, it just feels like it gives them an extra little pizzazz. But after we put that down, we're gonna flash cure, and then we're gonna go over them with rhinestone glue and top coat, because sometimes, because the pearls protrude, they sometimes can rub up against a lot of things and start to tarnish and change colors. So to prevent that, I go over it with this nice little protection layer, and then I top coat and cure that. Because yeah, make sure you top coat the rhinestone glue in the top coat mixture and then top coat. Okay, so don't put it down and then put your top coat down. But yeah, I'm gonna just give it a good little glossy toppy. I left this part in because I thought this was gonna be one video, but it ended up being two, so ignore that. But moving on to the index finger, we're gonna go in with a tan brown shade for the base. I mix it with base coat to kind of make it a little bit more transparent, and then we're going to cure that, go in with a layer of blooming gel and take a dark brown polish and do these little spots that y'all see me doing right here, and then you're going to cure that for 60 seconds. Once you cure that for 60 seconds, you're going to repeat the process of the blooming gel, and instead of the dark brown or the chocolate brown, we're going to go in with a jelly dark brown. And then you're going to do the same thing, go inside of those same little splotches that you did already, as you see me doing here, and you're going to darken it up. You want to do it from light to dark to give it that tortoise design effect. Okay, so I'm just going in, putting it anywhere. I don't necessarily stay in the first circles. I do kind of stray in this step, but you're gonna cure that, and then you're gonna go in with your last layer, and it's gonna go it's gonna be black. So I'm gonna put the black in the splotches that we made originally, and yeah, cure that, and then we're going to top coat the nail. All right, so now we're going to go in and top coat the nail. And the reason we're doing this is because we're about to go in with chrome. If you have like a chrome polish, you can actually skip this step. But I also went into top coat because the tortoise design sometimes will make the nail bulky on the sides or a little rigid where it has like little dips and crevices in it. So I'm just going in with my file. This is a 180 grit file and a 100 grit file that I switched between to smooth out the surface and make it more even so that the nail does not look or give bulky, okay? Because you don't want it. So because the 3D gel that I'm going to use does not stick well to matte surfaces, we're going to go in with base coat, and you want to do a nice little thin line. These lines weren't as thin as I should have made them, but hey, a girl can only do as much as she can do, you know? So I'm just going to go in and do my little 3 lines. These are also going to be like kind of guidelines that I'm going to use because we're going to put the 3D gel, sculpting gel on top of these lines. And I'm just going in and cleaning up in between the lines, and you're going to cure that. Mind you, it's base coat. I don't know if I said this already, but it was base coat, and I think I made the line skinnier or attempted to make the line skinnier. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but yeah, you're going to do that and then cure it and go in with the 3D gel, which I'll call y'all back when I'm doing that because, girl. All right, so this is what I'm using. It's the Macart Solid Nail Gel Glue. It's not sculpting gel, but this is what I use to do my 3D art. So I'm just going to roll it out on the back of my hand. Make sure you're wearing gloves when doing this. I'm hard-headed, so don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? So I'm just going to go in quite literally just like lay it on top of the lines that we have already created. And then I'm going to take my silicone tool and just make sure that the sides are nice and cut off and there's nothing hanging over that's extra, and also moving it into place to make sure that it's straight across and not leaning upwards, leaning downwards, or something like that. So this step is important. It does move the base coat around, but you know, it's all right. But here I'm just going in, taking that silicone tool and making sure that the sides are nice and smooth and there's nothing hanging off of the nail. Sorry that I'm out of focus. Yeah, but I'm gonna take some acetone and go in and try to like remove any base coat that was exposed, because when you put the chrome down, the chrome will stick to that. So I'm just trying to remove it, make sure that the chrome doesn't stick to anything I don't want it to stick to. And then once we get to the next step, we're gonna mix black gel polish with top coat, and we're gonna go over those the lines that we just did and flash cure and clean up. Well, I'm gonna clean up before I flash cure, make sure that there's none that's falling off of the 3D lines, and then flash cure and do that for all 3 of them. And then we're gonna fully cure for 60 seconds and then apply our chrome. To go and do our chrome part, and I'm just going to take my little makeup application sponge and apply it all on the 3D lines that we just did. And then I'm going to take a what's some things called, a dust brush, and dust it off. I am trying to make sure that both the top and the bottom of the I just keep calling them, I want to call them 3D lines, but I also don't want to call them 3D lines. But anyway, I'm just making sure that they're both covered in chrome. And then I'm going to take my acetone and try to clean up any excess chrome that still ended up on the nail. And I thought maybe I could go over the chrome with top coat and then like go in and wipe the entire nail off. But then I was like, I'm not doing all of that. So I just went in and tried to clean it up with the acetone. And yeah, if you want to do that, you can, but I ended up just saying F it and just was like, yeah, let me just try to get it off. But then after we do that, we're gonna go ahead and top coat the nails, and then we'll be moving on to the next design. So next, this design is kind of hard to explain in greater detail, so I'm going to try to explain it all. If you have any further questions, just drop it in the chat, and I'll make sure to try to make a separate tutorial on this design. But all you're going to do is you're going to draw the number 5, and then you're going to cure that. And then where the top part of the 5 is, where the top line and the top of the curve meet, in that area, you're going to draw a star. After you cure the black gel polish, you're going to draw a star. And then most times, if I feel like the star can be seen, I'll go in at this step as well. Or if the 5 needs a little bit of cleanup, when I'm drawing the star, I'll go in with my white gel polish and fix it up. And you'll see in the video if you watch the process. But that's simply all this design is. You draw the 5 first, go in with your white gel polish. After you cure the black, you're going to go in with the white and draw the star on top of the 5.
I do it how you say you want it. Them girls, they just wanna take my money. They don't want me to give you nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't wanna see me find your love. They don't wanna see me smiling back when they knowing I lie for you, thinking I die for you. Sure to see cry for you. Do things when you want me to, like controller, controller, yeah, like controller, controller. But you can't just diss and come tell man sorry. You can't listen to me talk and go tell my story. It don't work like that when you love somebody. My old flex is my new flex now, and we're working on it. That's why I need.
Okay, so after we draw our 5, I'm going to do a layer of base coat and cure that for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to go in with my Macart rhinestone glue. And I'm going to make like this little zigzaggy line. Because in the design that she sent me, because this was a custom set, there was chain on it. The nails were a little bit longer, but the chain was at the top of the design. So I'm just going in, laying that chain down, getting it in the position that I like it. And then once I do get in the position I like it, it does take a little minute because the chain is kind of heavy. I'm going to flash cure the chain, and then I'm going to cut the chain from the nail. I'm going to use some cuticle clippers, nippers, whatever y'all want to call them, to cut the chain. And I need to get some new ones because these ones are doling out because I use it so much to cut these dang on chains. But yeah, you want to make sure that you cure it before you try to cut it, because if you try to cut it while it's on the nail, it will just end up pulling the chain off of the nail. Alright, so after we cut the chain, I'm going to go in with Macart rhinestone glue mixed with top coat. And I'm going to do a layer over the chain because I don't want the chain to tarnish. So I'm going to do this to make sure that I'm giving it that extra layer of protection before we go in and finally top coat. And I do want to apologize. I was actually talking to my man when I was recording this, so I wasn't really paying attention to whether or not if I was in frame or not. So bear with me. I promise it wasn't on purpose. But yeah, so now I'm just going to go in, top coat that nail, put it under the lamp and let it cure, and we can go ahead and move on to the next design. So we're going to start off with a red base, and I'm going to take a tan polish because her colors were cream, red, and black. I'm going to take a tan polish and make these little lines. I did 3 lines on the nail because we're about to do a belt design. So yeah, I'm just kind of mapping out where I want the lines to be, and then I'm going to go in and fill that in and cure it for 60 seconds, of course.
Loving your reaction every time I hit that spot. But it's off like leather, but the top is hard. Whisper your pleasures and I'll do my job. Rating intense, girl, let me do what I do. I don't know what's echoing louder, the music or you.
Okay, so after we do the tan lines for the belt, we're going to go in with brown gel polish and make a little splotch because we're about to do leopard print. And I think we did leopard print earlier in the video, didn't we? Yeah, it's the same thing, same process. Put down your brown, cure it, get your black, go around the brown, cure that, and then you're going to wipe it off so it doesn't smudge. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply our beads. Now, I was able to actually find this chain link that looks exactly like the beads that we use, because at first I did use the beads. But once I found this chain, I use this now. So I'm just going in, applying the rhinestone glue section by section, and gluing that down, and then cutting it, and then doing the next section, putting down the rhinestone glue, getting it to the length that I needed, cutting it, doing all of it. It's the same repeated process. So I'll just let y'all watch me do that from here. And T, you made this? So of course, once again, going over these gold implement a word? Accents. We're gonna call it accents. I know implement is the word, but I don't think it's the right word I'm trying to say. But we're just gonna go over those gold beads with that rhinestone and top coat mixture, and then we're going to apply a star charm as the belt buckle on the side of the nail. I didn't feel like sculpting a belt buckle, and in the original design, because this is a design that I did before, I used a star charm. And my man, I needed him to help me in this clip because I didn't feel like pulling out my flash cure lamps. So you will see him come and help me flash cure this into place real quick. So shout out to my man, love him. But yeah, so gonna put that down, flash cure into place, and I'm gonna apply a little bit more of the glue around it to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere, because I didn't apply a lot of glue. Okay guys, so now we're at the last nail. We're gonna do ain't this cheetah print, sir? Wouldn't that be cheetah print? Mystery animal poop. It's mystery animal print.
Leopard.
I thought leopard had the dots in the middle.
That's jaguar.
Oh shit. Anyway, we're gonna do that design, and then we're gonna cure that, and we're gonna go in and do the zebra print on the sides of it. And if you can hear my man in the background, ignore him. He's my iPad kid. Y'all ain't hear that. But yeah, so just going in, doing the zebra print on the sides of the nails. Zebra, tiger, whatever y'all want to claim this as. I feel like their stripes are very similar. Alright, so next we're going to base coat and apply our rhinestone glue, because we're going to add some more of those little gold pearlies. And same thing from earlier, add the little gold pearls, take the mixture, put that little extra layer of protectant on it, cure it, and then top coat. And then we'll be done. So here's what the nails look like together, all finished. And I did not record me actually cleaning the nails up after for YouTube. I ended up doing them on live. So I just took this clip from when I was on live of me filing the tips of the nail, just to give y'all a little something, because I did just say F it and went and got on live. But yeah, this is just me filing the tips of the nails. I use an 80 grit file. And I didn't get a clip of me etching the nails, which I should have, but I didn't feel like looking through my entire life to do that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was a custom order. It was a freestyle set. The design that she really wanted was the Playboy bunny, which we did in the first tutorial, and the 5-star nail, which we did in this tutorial. So yeah, make sure y'all go check out the first one, because that shows the other 5 nails that you'll see at the end of the video. And let me know down below if y'all have any questions, any video ideas, or anything y'all want to see in the future. Let me know. Make sure you leave a like, a subscribe, a comment, whatever these folks be saying on here. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you check out all my other videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.